Kenny, another useful workout for you.
Yeah, it resembled a training game at some stages of it for both sides. Pleased to win 2-1. I did feel that the first half team lacked some basic enthusiasm to play. They started poorly and didn't really recover. I was disappointed at half time, and I felt that the players could do a lot more. Second half side did well and built up well. I do understand and know about opposition and opposition standard, but basic enthusiasm is a requirement that you really do need. But there's some good performances in the second period, and overall very pleased to win.
Would you describe it as sluggish in the first half?
Yes, maybe one, but there is no excuses for that. We need to do better. We need to play better than we did first half.
We
need to. Yeah, it is hot, and we're professional footballers. It's a hot day. We're playing today, and we need to show more enthusiasm than we did in the first half. That's just how I felt, and it resembled a. We've had livelier training sessions than that. If there was a training session like that, I think I'd get them back in the afternoon. That's how I felt really, and I was disappointed with the first half performance, attitude, enthusiasm. I'm all for people making mistakes. I understand that can happen, and people need to play games to get their rhythm. I do understand those things, but you can do it in a way that that gets you where you want to get to.
Quality of the goal when it came, nevertheless, was good, and Nathan Thompson an unlikely scorer. Yeah, and against a 3-5-2 system, you have to make sure that your fullbacks do join in, and Lee Brown got in well down the left, put a lot of balls in, and Nathan down the right has got a key one as well, and you have to exploit that 3v2 situation, because obviously they have a spare man in midfield and a spare man at the back. I also did feel for the amount of balls, and particularly Lee put a lot of very good balls in down the left hand side. We had no desire to beat their centre halves to the ball in the box really. If it had fell to us, we'd have put it in, but we weren't getting across people. We weren't first to it. Again, 5 or 6 corners in the first half. We didn't look like scoring, and as I said, particularly from our left back, a lot of good crosses and balls in the box where they backed off, and during that first period really wanted it physically in the box more than we did, and you have to get in there, you have to make it pay. Second period that wasn't the case, and got into a lot of good situations with Louis Dennis just giving the opposition some problems behind Chaplin and Hawkins. How will you relay that message over the next few days then? Probably they know your displeasure.
Yeah, definitely, and I was disappointed, and told them exactly that. I understand it's early days, and also it's a hot day, but they're excuses, they're not reasons.
Now Conor Chaplin came up with a perler again, is what he usually does.
And you're looking at that partnership in the second half of Hawkins and Chaplin, and we're wondering with some work whether that could be productive for us. If it is, that's fantastic. Sometimes Conor comes out of the goal scoring area too much with good enthusiasm to want to join in, and if you have somebody like Hawkins playing, I think he has to be able to get in and around him as much as possible, and after that, defensively particularly, the rest of the side have to work at trying to cater for that. He spun in behind a couple of times very well, and has played both the games anyway, Cork and Havant, with a good degree of sharpness, which has started the season very well.
Inevitable questions about Conor will be about rumours circulating that there's interest in him. Can you put any light on that?
Yeah, there has been inquiries, nowhere near the level that would tempt us. I'm looking to build a squad to go better than 8th this season, which is where we finished last year, and I'm not looking to weaken it. We want to be adding 1 or 2 players between now and the window closing if we can. So if any bid comes in for any of our players, any of our senior players, they have to be very, very high, and of a sort that can really help us to strengthen and make us better. But there's nothing come in for Conor that is anything that I would consider. So for me at the moment, he's a Portsmouth player, as all of them are, and until that changes with a bid that is a game changer. But we've had nothing like that whatsoever for any of our players, and while there's been inquiries and a certain level about Conor, it's nowhere near what what we or I as the manager would consider taking.
Would you expect a game changer to come in for him?
I don't know. I'm just saying it has to be we have a month with the window. Centre forward market is what it is, and you know, I want to strengthen and not weaken, and I want every option that I have and more, because obviously it's a long season. We saw last year how, you know, we could look quite good at the start but lose a few during the winter months, and it was tough for us. So we need to have a deeper squad. We need to have more options, and you know, whether an offer comes in for Conor or for anybody else that's over and above, then we'll consider it, but nothing of that level has come about yet.
And anybody coming in?
I don't know, to be honest with you. You can never tell. You know, there's rumours about sort of one player. One week it's Matt Clark, the next it happens to be Conor Chaplin. But I'm not in a position where I have to be under any pressure to sell players financially, which is a good position as a manager. I'm very thankful for that. So the only ones that I would consider would be where, you know, in a football situation it is over and above, you know, what you expect.